Do you hear that?
Hear what?
The sound of the bells.
The 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 bells?
Do you hear the bells? They ring. They ring. I don't know, Les Mis. I was.
I've never seen Les Mis, so that
Uh,
that that fell flat on me.
I, mm, it would help if I knew it, the reference at all.
Yeah, no, yeah. Usually when people do a bit, they kind of know where they're going with that.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Sometimes, sometimes I get it. Sometimes I start a sentence and I don't really know uh where that where that sentence is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to talk more on that?
Uh I would, but I don't know where it's going.
You know what I do know?
What's that?
Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your host. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I am the giant horse-sized duck. Quack. Bing bong.
Big Bog.
I don't
Oh
know why
boy,
we ever.
I think we're
I don't
gonna have
know.
to start again.
I don't know why we ever thought that two people with some sort of neurodivergency would be a good idea for a podcast.
With no sort of oversight either.
Oh, like
Like
we
no one here to keep us on track. It's
guys,
just us.
we are the company. Like that's it. It's just me
It's
and
just
Connor.
us.
It's just us.
It's a company too. Like we have an LLC.
Yeah, we paid a lot of money for a title. just it's just us. It's just us.
And if you'd like to work with us, you can email us. Emails in the description.
Listen, listen. Potential people out there who just want to get on the biggest podcast that's ever podcasted. You can email us. You can email us at thosegarlicboys@gmail.com.
Do you know why? It's because we're those garlic boys.
Because we are those garlic boys. You want to know what's funny? When I was a kid, when I was in like middle school, I really wanted to be in a band. Like really wanted to be in a band. And
But
I'm
now
sorry.
you're getting distracted.
I really wanted to be in a band. And the issue was I didn't have anybody to be in band with, and I didn't really play any instruments. So I just kind of sang self-taught, not great. But I thought this idea was like so freaking cool when I was in middle school. I wanted to name the band That Band. Like, so when people were like, "Hey, have you heard that band?" And they're like, "No, which band?" And they're like, "That band." And they're like, "What are you talking about? Which band is this?" No, it's That Band.
Hey, you guys want to go see that band this weekend? Yeah, which one? That band.
That band. And they're like, I need specifics so I can buy the tickets. No, it is That Band.
I saw something on Facebook recently. I think it was like a Thai food place, and it was called Thai Food Near Me. So when you Google it,
Nice. That's so
it's
good.
the first thing that pops up.
Yeah. I wanted to name like our first album like That Album or like their first album. And I wanted to name like I just wanted to do it all based on that trope, at least for like the first album and like some of the songs. And then I would like, it would stay That Band, but it would like change, I wouldn't do that whole trope forever. Their second album, their third, like it would just get boring after a while.
Did I ever explain to you how I came up with the idea for the Garlic Boys and like why I submitted that as one of the names for this?
I don't think so.
So
Which is, hold on, we are how many episodes in and we're just now talking
this is
about
gonna be a 30th ish.
30th, around our 30th episode.
I think this is 30ish. And so our school did singing competitions. You participated in them. I think you got second place junior year, right?
Yeah.
I did it senior year, and it was stylized after the voice, and so of course I turned 4 chairs because I'm the best,
Of course.
and everyone else was just terrified of me, and that's why I didn't move on. But
They just didn't think it was fair. It was
yeah,
fair to
it
let
was I
you
was too
continue.
good. Like
Yeah.
you can't have a professional doing an amateur show.
Mhm.
And so I got put on a team, and it was with my first RD, and so he and I knew each other pretty well and everything, and he was like, "Oh, what should our team name be?" And I don't know why it popped into my head. I think it was just like the phrase itself was funny to me, and I was like, "We should call ourselves the Garlic Boys." And
So we're utilizing a second-hand name?
well, the thing that's funny about it is I could tell that he did not like the name at all.
Yeah.
And then he gave me the line, "Oh, we can't do that. One of the members of our team is a girl." And I was like, "Hey, we can still do it."
The garlic people.
Yeah, no, I felt like we could still be the Garlic Boys. Like it wasn't a
Yeah.
big deal, but like it was like no one else wanted that name, and I think we went with something like I don't even remember what we went with, but like, and so after that, I was like, I'm gonna find some use for the Garlic Boys.
For the garlic boys. And it just so happens that both of us really like garlic.
Oh yeah,
I love garlic so much. Speaking of, I just now thought of my topic for this week. We'll talk about it later. We're recording this for the listeners at home. We're recording this a solid like week late. It's
I
like
would say a week
Thursday.
late. It's a
It's
Thursday.
Thursday.
We usually record on a Sunday.
Right. Right. And I've had so much time to think about. I've had a week and a half to think about my topic.
I've started over prepping, and so like there were a few things that happened with like scheduling for us and everything that got messed up. And so what was originally going to be this episode isn't happening. It's cool. We still got something prepared for you guys. It's going to be fun. But I made 2 quizzes
Ooh, look at you.
while prepping for the teeth quiz.
Mm,
And so I had an extra one, and so we can just run that, and it
perfect.
I mean, it feels like we've brought it up now. We should just like naturally flow into, right? Like that would be like the clever choice.
I was gonna say, like, talking about naturally flowing in doesn't really feel very natural. But you
This
did save it. You saved it a little bit.
right. It felt clever to me. So this week's quiz, this is fun. Do you know why?
Oh boy, why?
The title of this week's quiz is It Vegan Part 2?
No.
It's our first sequel quiz.
I don't want a sequel quiz. Did I pass the first vegan quiz?
I don't remember. Let
I
me
don't
check.
think I did, because I think Oreos was like the final question and I didn't get it right.
I don't have it on my notes. So I don't know.
I honestly don't think I got it. I don't think I won the first Is It Vegan, but
I think I started taking notes too late to know. But we'll keep track of this one.
Mhm.
So if for those of you who don't know, this is a classic game here on the Garlic Boys. I think this was the second game we played, or maybe the first. Really early game. I'm going to present Matt with some sort of an item. Easy for you this week, Matt. It's all food based. So
good.
not going to be any tricky answers like the last time. It's all going to be straightforward, nothing you have to worry about.
Okay.
Matt is then going to have to tell me if he believes if it is vegan or not. It's very simple.
Can we, just for the listeners out there, because I'm smart, I know things. Can we clarify the definition of vegan, just for the listeners?
I'll go right. VEGAN. Just going to type that in. And the first definition that comes up on Google is the one I'm going to get.
Cool.
This is literally from the Vegan Society, the definition of veganism.
Nice.
Veganism is a philosophy and a way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practicable, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose, and by extension promotes the development of and use of animal-free alternatives for the benefit of animals, humans, and the environment. In dietary terms, it denotes a practice of dispensing with all products derived wholly or partly from animals.
Cool. All right. I think I got this.
All right. Glad we were able to clarify veganism for you for the second time.
It's been a long time.
All right. Straightforward. No tricks. First one. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Swedish fish. Is it vegan?
No. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because, as far as I'm aware, they're made from gelatin, or at least partly. I mean, they have gelatin in them. I think most gummy candies do. So I'm going to say Swedish fish are not vegan.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
Nice.
Swedish fish do not contain any gelatin, but instead of gelatin, they use corn syrup, modified corn starch, and carnuaba. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Carnuaba wax to achieve that gummy texture.
All right. All right. See, I made assumptions. That was my fault. You know what assumptions do.
They make you look stupid. All right, next one. Sherbet. Is it vegan?
Okay, sherbet is. Ooh, that's a good question. Because, like, okay, ice cream, obviously, that's made with dairy. It's not
Cream.
right. It's not. But sherbet is something different. But what's in it that makes it sherbet and not ice cream or sorbet? Because sorbet, I believe, is literally just like fruit and sugar blended up. What is sherbet? I'm gonna say it is no, because then it would just be ice cream. I'm gonna say it is not vegan. No, I'm sorry. Yes, it is not vegan. That is my answer. Final answer.
Final answer.
Yes, sir.
Right. That is correct.
All right.
As I have not written down the direct difference between sherbet and ice cream, I can let you know that from what I've found, sherbet does include dairy. And so dairy, of course, comes from cows, not vegan.
Can I look this up to see? I've already answered the question, just to see what is the difference between ice cream and sherbet. Sherbet. Sherbet falls in between sorbet and ice cream and includes dairy ingredients in small amounts, but it is distinctly different from the ice cream flavor and texture. It uses citric acid, which can make for a more tart taste. So it's literally just like ice cream with less cream, I guess.
It still has cream though, so it means it's not vegan.
Boom. All right.
Number 3, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
The most Irish cereal on the market besides mini wheats. No, I will not elaborate on that. Lucky Charms, are they vegan?
Lucky Charms. I'm gonna hold on. Like Lucky Charms in the box, or Lucky Charms with like milk in it in a bowl?
Lucky Charms, the cereal.
Okay, I'm gonna go with yes. It is vegan. I can't imagine. Well, I guess I'm gonna say yes. It is vegan.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
All right.
Lucky Charms includes marshmallows, and marshmallows are made with gelatin.
Oh, really?
And gelatin is derived from pork bones, making them non-vegan.
I did not realize they were made with gelatin, if I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah, it's usually what gives them their springy texture. It's not like as much as Jello, of course,
Right.
or like other gelatin-based products, but it is gelatin-based.
I will keep that in mind.
Righty. You ready for your next one?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Number 4. Ritz crackers.
Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers.
Are they
So
vegan?
Ritz crackers obviously have to be made like they're a dough, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but doughs are not necessarily made with any dairy products. So I'm gonna say they are vegan.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Matt, you are correct
Oh, cool.
for the most part.
For the most part, okay.
So Ritz crackers are vegan, except for their honey wheat flavor, because of course honey is a byproduct from bees, which
I
makes it not vegan.
That's crazy. I actually didn't. If I'm being 100% honest, I didn't know Ritz had any other flavors except for their like original flavors. That's all I ever get is those Ritz crackers, and then
Right.
put a little cube of cheese on there, and it's a perfect snack.
I just
Mia will
just
know
eat the
exactly.
cracks. I just eat the crackers.
The crackers are good too. Like I will sit there playing video games and just have a whole sleeve of the crackers and just pop them in my mouth a couple at a time.
They're delicious.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Ritz crackers are vegan.
All right. Except for one variety.
Except for one variety, yeah. Which it says honey on the box. You should be able to guess. Yep. Number 5. Ruffles.
Ruffles. Okay. But that also gets into the debate. There's flavors of Ruffles. Are we talking just the original Ruffles?
Ruffles.
That doesn't help at all. Okay. Original Ruffles, I would say yes, they're vegan. I believe they're made from potatoes. So potatoes are vegan. However, there's like cheddar Ruffles, I'm pretty sure. Like there's flavors of Ruffles that are not vegan because they obviously have, like, cheddar ones have cheese, which is a dairy product, which is from cows. So original Ruffles, yes, are vegan to my knowledge.
Final answer.
Final answer.
And you said yes?
I said yes.
All right. Okay. That is correct.
All right.
That is correct. In Ruffles, the original Ruffles potato chip is vegan. It's only made with potatoes, vegetable oils, and salt. The other flavors, such as the all dressed flavor, is also vegan. But then in like your non-vegan flavors, can include, of course, the sour cream and onion, cheddar, sour cream and onion, lime and jalapeno, and even the flamin' hot barbecue.
Lime and jalapeno, how are those not vegan?
Not sure, just my list says they're not vegan.
All right, sounds good.
And I will let you know that I got that from peatos.com.
Peatos.
Peatos.
Okay.
Just to spell that. Moving on
before this gets a little less than PG or a little more than PG. A little weird, a little funky. It's
number
time
6.
to get funky. Yeah, number 6.
If you wouldn't mind not singing the cha-cha slide.
Funky.
Number 6.
Slide to the left. Sorry, I'm done now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We're kind of like in the middle of a show.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 6.
Slide to the right.
I hate you and everything that you stand for.
Okay, I promise. Zipped, locked, thrown away the key.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. No, they got cheese, right? I'm not crazy. I'm pretty sure they got cheese on them. And cheese, as we all know and have discussed multiple times, just in this specific quiz, is a dairy product. So this is probably one of Connor's tricksy little hobbitses. I'm just gonna go with my gut. Go with my gut. Cheez-Its are not vegan. Final answer.
That is correct.
All right.
Yeah, Matt, they have cheese in them.
Yeah, I know. I figured, but unless there was like this like fake cheese that they started using that I didn't know about.
I was hoping that you would think about it like that. Like, oh, maybe it's like how Oreos aren't actual cream. It's coconut oil and everything like that. And like you'd spiral down that hole further. But I'm proud that you didn't, because that means you had some logical sense to realize.
I've seen through your ruse, Connor. I have.
Considering I think this was the first quiz we did, and at that point you weren't sure of my tactics yet, that probably would have gotten you
the win on that one.
On part 1, but not here. You saw through my clever disguise.
Yep.
You crushed Batman's head in between his thighs. Number 7. You haven't thought about that in a while, have you? I bet you haven't thought of that song in years.
No, I have not. No.
Well, we can talk about that later. We cannot diverge from this path. Number 7. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. I'm 90% positive is vegan, because I'm pretty sure it was like a mixture of like a bunch of fruits and stuff like that. Fruits and other things, but I don't think any of these other things are animal byproducts. And the that's just the syrup. The rest is just carbonated. I'm gonna say Dr. Pepper is vegan. Final answer.
Final answer.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Booyah.
Whilst it is made from a combination of natural and artificial ingredients, it does not contain any animal byproducts or products in its manufacturing process.
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. I forget about the process too.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what got you last time with like plastics and stuff.
Yeah.
But another win for Dr. Pepper is the vegans can drink it too.
Go vegans. Go Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, please sponsor us.
Please. We will put you in every single episode somehow.
We already do.
Sponsor us. Dan Povenmire still hasn't responded, and I'm a bit upset about it. I've even commented on his videos, completely unrelated to my stuff, to say, hey, check out the Garlic Boys, and he has not responded.
Look, I don't mean to be this guy, Matt, but I didn't think he was going to respond.
I thought he responds to a lot of different people's stuff. I just thought he would do it. I thought he would respond.
Know. I thought too, but just wasn't in the cards. I also blame whoever uploads our TikToks, because they forgot to move the captions off of the main video, and I think that might have hurt our chances. But
I think so too. Yeah, definitely.
It sucks that we had to fire them, because now we're the only 2 people at the company.
Now I'm the only one person in the company, because
you could do something to help. I'm not going to keep yelling at you for that.
I have. Okay, you know what? Yes, sure. Sure.
Do you want to start doing social media management? Would you remember?
No, no, it would not.
I barely remember. I forgot to upload the short yesterday on YouTube.
Nice going.
Uh,
Hey, question. What were we talking about where I said I have the topic for later? Because I
was it sherbet?
No, I don't. I do not think it was sherbet. I don't even think it was part of the quiz. I
Oh
think it was
no.
before the quiz.
Well, this is gonna be fun to listen
I'm-
back to and
I'm
listen
never.
just
I'm
hear
never
this
gonna
Easter egg
remember.
for Matt only.
I'm gonna listen to the episode and be like, "That's what I wanted to talk about."
I can't wait to finally start going and seeing a psychologist or like whoever diagnoses you, and
Psychiatrist, I believe.
just give them the link to this podcast and be like, "Is this enough for a diagnosis?"
Is this proof? This is proof, right? It couldn't be more conclusive than this.
It's either that or just neither one of us has any attention span, right? Like,
Yes, that too. Oh man, I'm never gonna remember. All right, what are we on? Number 9?
number 8.
Number 8.
Hold on, sorry,
Oh man, I need to start writing things down because this is not this whole like, hey, my brain will remember it thing is not working out.
Oh, Mister, I'm cured of my ADHD. You can't remember to write things down. All right, number 8.
Mhm.
Liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke. What the heck is in liquid smoke? Hmm.
It is a flavor additive that you can add to things to give it a smoky flavor without actually having to smoke it. Typically, it's done on meats. But
Right.
taking that aside, is liquid smoke vegan?
I'm gonna say, just on a limb, I'm gonna say it is not vegan, mostly because, first of all, I don't know what the heck's in it that makes it exist. Second of all, I
Uh-huh.
don't know how it's made, and how it's made could involve like
Mhm.
cooking meat or cooking something. I don't know. I really don't. I might sound like an idiot to liquid smoke manufacturers out there.
You know, that's our core audience, man.
Yeah, I know. Every single one of them is a liquid smoke developer. It is not vegan. Not vegan.
Final answer?
Yes, absolutely the final answer.
Matt, that is incorrect.
Shoot.
Liquid smoke, or otherwise known as colgin, is an all natural liquid smoke with no additives or preservatives. It is vegan and contains no animal byproducts and is also gluten free. My understanding of the process is you kind of just like smoke something and then you collect the smoke and condense it from a gas to a liquid.
Okay, I guess.
Similar to like when you boil a pot of water
Mhm,
and you get the droplets on the lid.
mhm.
It's sort of that process.
I guess it makes sense. I guess.
It's okay. You're still in this.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, McDonald's French fries.
McDonald's French fries. Okay, so they're made out of potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's debatable, but I think it's true. We do salt them. We, as in, I did work at McDonald's for like 4 years. I don't work there now. Salt them. They are fried in an oil. However, I believe no, because you wouldn't be able to eat them. I thought it was peanut oil, but no, they don't do peanut oil. What oil do they use? Fudge nuggets. They make me want McDonald's. I never crave McDonald's, Connor. I'm gonna say they are not. Connor, You've created a quandary in my head, quandary that I should know because I worked there for 4 years. I should
Yeah.
know what type of oil we use.
Yeah.
Shoot. We use what kind of oils are out there?
I'm gonna have to start counting down here soon.
All right, fine. They are vegan. Are.
Final answer.
No, they are not vegan. They're not vegan. That's my final answer. Not vegan.
That is correct.
Is it because they're cooked with like in the same oil as other meats, like as meat, or is the
No.
oil itself?
Well, I guess if it's cooked in the same oil as the chicken nuggets, that would disqualify it.
Correct.
But a mutual friend of ours let me know that they are not vegan because they are cooked in beef lard.
Beef lard, really?
Yeah, so they probably use some sort of like soy or canola oil. And I think that does have some beef lard mixed into it, and so like it's a ratio oil. Fun fact though, because you brought up peanut oil, Chick-fil-A uses peanut oil, but I've never had an allergic reaction eating their food.
I mean, take your wins, man.
Because that's the large chicken, and he protects me.
It's pre-blessed food, all right?
It is my pleasure to serve you. Okay. Number 10. Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. All right. So either you're trying to trick me and get me on the train of Swedish fish, and that they don't use gelatin to make their shape and form, or you're trying to reverse psychology me into thinking that I'm going to think that because you put that as the first freaking question, and you're trying to reverse psychology me into thinking that they are not made from gelatin, meaning they are vegan, but that they actually aren't. So where do we stand with this one? I'm gonna say,
for those of
go
you
ahead.
listening at home, if you seem to have followed Matt's logic there at all, please let us know.
It's the classic cup in front of me, cup in front of you thing, Connor. It's classic Vizzini.
Well, clearly you cannot choose the cup in front of me because it's the one that I would have poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that I'm mortal, I would want to put the poison as far away from me, so you cannot choose the cup in front of you either.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look over here, and if you'd like to switch the cups, you can do so.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that
Me
was.
from your glass and you from your glass? Me
Okay.
from my glass and you from your glass? What's your final answer, Matt?
Joke's on you. I developed an immunity to your psychology. I'm gonna say they are not vegan. Not vegan. Sour Patch Kids are not vegan. I just ate some today. I should know.
Matt, that is incorrect. They are vegan.
Psychology me.
They contain no gelatin, and it is also corn syrup, just like Swedish fish.
You reverse psychology me. It is unfair. It is unfair to go through this cruel existence where you reverse psychology me.
The cruelest trick that the devil ever played on us was the Clever Boy quiz. But that's so.
Give me 1 second. I have to let my dog out of my bedroom because she's going crazy. I need a new chair. Oh no. Or nor.
Or no. So, Matt, that does lead us into this week's tiebreaker question.
Oh, I'm tied?
Yes.
No way. All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Veganism is also consistent with an herbivore diet.
Mhm.
Can you name one herbivore from last week's quiz?
No, 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 no! I hate you so much. Oh, that is just evil.
Do you know what? Do you know what that chef's kiss of an answer?
No, 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 no. Okay, I'm sorry. So,
Sorry, chef kiss of a question. Just like a little. Mwah.
okay, okay, hold on. An herbivore from last week's quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fairness to you, it has been 11 days since we recorded that.
Yes, it has. However, I think I remember one because I remember looking it up to see a picture of it to make sure it was what I thought it was.
Uh-huh.
So, oh shoot, was was I don't remember if it was an herbivore. I'm gonna go with it was because it's the only one I can remember from last week. No, wait, hold on. No, never mind. That's different. That was a different quiz, I believe. Marmot. Was a marmot one of them? Was it an herbivore? I don't know. No, wait, hold on. Shoot. Yes. All right. You know, it's the only one I remember, and I'm not going to waste the listeners' time.
I'm going to tell you this right now. A marmot is not even one of the animals.
Which one was like the ferret one?
A marten?
A marten. Yes, that one.
Are you sure that's the one you want to go with?
That is the only one I remember, and I'm not going to waste the listeners'
It's
time.
the only animal you can remember from last week's quiz.
The only one. It's the only one.
Oh boy, Matt. Oh boy. So you're wrong. Okay.
Oh, good.
Because a marten is a carnivore.
Oh, yeah. The complete opposite.
So I'm just gonna read off the herbivores that we went over, or the herbivores.
Mhm.
I got there. The herbivores, elephant
Okay.
and tarpus. And
Those
the
only two?
green. Can I do my
Sorry.
thing?
Yeah.
And the green iguana,
What was the second one you just said?
a tarpus.
I don't recall you
Or a
ever saying that one.
tapirus. It's the one that's what Drowsy is based off of.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what's so ironic about you forgetting the elephant?
What?
Elephants never forget.
Yeah. That is pretty ironic, I will say.
But for now, you're just a little dumb boy.
Little dum
Little poopy dumb head.
dum, give me gum.
And that's another loss in the clever boy quiz tally, pushing you up to 7.
Nice.
However, you are still the rank of Ish do clever 9.
9.
Oh,
Cool.
My nose is so runny.
I'm sorry, dude.
That's
Allergies,
just
man.
allergies hit me like a truck after my afternoon nap, man.
Especially with this weather going back and forth like it is. Oh man.
Oh yeah,
It's rough.
horrible. Do you remember what your topic was going to be for this week?
Not even remotely, but I can make one up on the spot.
If you'd like some time to think about a topic, I can go first this week, even though I hate going first on topic round, but
No, I actually I have something in my head right now.
let's go for it.
Start with just a little life update. Just a little.
Okay, yeah. Update that life.
Yes, I think this is what it actually was. If I'm being hundo unaka. If I'm being 100%
no
honest.
cap.
Yeah, that's the one.
No
So I went to my psychiatrist, as we had discussed. So the medication I was taking not working at all. Like not even. I didn't feel the only change I felt was headaches. That's it. That's all. I took it for 4 weeks, and no,
Nothing
it didn't help.
happened.
Nothing happened. To be fair,
To be fair,
thank you. It was. It's Wellbutrin. It's meant for depression. I'm not suffering from depression. At least at this exact moment, I am not currently suffering from depression.
I'm
So
happy with my life.
so medication didn't really do any sort of change at all. So I went back and I was like, hey, give me some of that narcotics.
You getting that good stuff?
I'm getting that good kush. No. Okay, yes, I am getting
You taking
a schedule
Addies?
to not Addies, not Addies.
You're not taking Addies?
Technically it's like a off, or maybe like a it's like Ritalin.
Okay.
It's what is it called?
Diet
Concerta?
meth.
Diet meth. It's called Concerta. And so I am finally getting on some actual ADHD medication. And that is not to say that Wellbutrin doesn't help people with ADHD, because there are some people that react really well to Wellbutrin, which is why they tried it. However, I am finally getting put on the good stuff, and it went from like 50 some bucks to $10 once my insurance kicked in. So like I'm living life. I'm gonna see if it works. I will keep you guys updated, since this has been like a weekly update for you guys.
I hope it does work. I mean,
me too.
So I've noticed a lot that I I've started like fidgeting with things while I'm trying to pay attention, and it's helping a lot with me like being able to pay attention more, and just like reflecting on like things in my past and everything, sort of like mainly because of us talking about it on here, and just other things that are avenues in my life to reflect on, as well as TikTok telling me I have ADHD and autism constantly. And so like I'm starting to think on it, and like of course I'm going to go and like eventually talk to a professional before like declaring I have any sort of this ADHD or autism or anything like that. But it's just like, when you finally get that square hole, the square in the square hole, and like you're like, yeah, that's the one. Like it just kind of feels like it fits, right? So like my favorite story to tell about quote unquote my ADHD was when I was younger. My my brother has ADHD. I think we've discussed that, or I don't know. I feel I don't. If I'm betraying his trust, I apologize. But like, it was something that our family had. Like that was something we were going through, and so my mom made, I think, a logical point to ask, "Hey, this one has it. What about this one?" And I remember just sitting there in the doctor's office playing with toys, because I couldn't just be alone with my thought. I had to be doing something. Like even nowadays, I can't just be in the quiet. I have to be doing something. And so they're like, "Oh no, he's just copying what his brother's doing. He doesn't have it." And I was like, I'm reflecting on that now. I was like, that's wildly stupid.
Yes, absolutely. Doctors are no, okay, I'm sorry. I almost slipped and said doctors are dumb. They are not. They are absolutely not. Some doctors, however, are, they don't really like think sometimes about what they're saying, I think.
Right.
Some doctors, just a minority.
And that was like 15, 20 years ago. And like the understanding and like diagnosis of it has changed so much just in that time.
Right. I mean, it's still in its like infancy, the study of ADHD, and not just males, but also females, and all
it's so much more like, I think it was really unheard of to ever meet someone who was female that was diagnosed with ADHD or autism. Like it was just unheard of, which is wild to think that those could only happen in 50% of the population.
Yeah.
But like So I get a little bit of the benefit of the doubt to them of like they just didn't know, but also you have like a set from what I understand about it, there's a set criteria of actions and behaviors that you observe, and that's what gives you the idea to say, oh, okay, that corresponds with these behaviors that we've observed in other people that have the diagnosis. That's why we feel confident giving it to you. So if you have someone that you can directly say, hey, he's doing the same behaviors as, but it's just, oh, he's really committed to copying his brother.
Which, if I'm being 100% honest, is like a common trait in ADHD and autism. Copying people and copying, mimicking, like that is. I'm not saying everybody who mimics has ADHD or autism. I'm just saying it is a very common trait to, like, for example, when we try to do accents in
The
things,
our other show.
our other stuff going on. When we try to do accents, we tend to mess them up when other people are doing accents, and that's just
Right.
we're just like listening to their accent, and our voice just automatically wants to like mimic that. And there's a technical term for it. I don't remember. I used to just call it like chameleoning,
I think
or
it starts with an E.
sure, why not? Um,
Aphasia?
I don't know. You're asking me to remember something. But like it's stuff like that. And honestly, like it's so much easier to diagnose somebody as a child than it is to diagnose them as an adult. And like they're just making it's like maybe the doctor had ADHD and he's just like, well, maybe like future me will diagnose him. Who knows?
I'll remember to diagnose him eventually.
I'll just push it down the road a little bit, procrastinate a bit.
But yeah, that's and like I said, I don't have any formal diagnosis, and honestly, I don't have any certifications or degrees to state that I know what I'm talking about.
However,
Um,
I think there are people online that do know what they're talking about, and maybe it's from shared experience, lived experiences, or um, maybe it's
I
from lived experience, or maybe it's from like they learn this. They're psychologists or psychiatrists, so like I feel like a self-diagnosis is valid, but do the work to self-diagnose. Does that make sense?
right, and I think part of it is like helpful of like if I'm gonna come to a psychiatrist and say like, hey, I think I have this. If I have the receipts, like it's
Yeah.
easier to say like why I believe that. And so
I went into the psychiatrist's office and she's like, "So why do you think you have ADHD?" And I'm like, I didn't think I'd get this far."
I forgot to write it down. Oh, okay, it's that bad. But and I'm glad that you're doing more with your medication, and I hope you actually remember to take it this time.
I never missed a dose on Wellbutrin, not a
There you
single
go.
dose. I think it was literally because like I put it on top of my phone most days, so that like if I pulled out my phone, I would be like, "Oh shoot, medication." And I would just like go do it. Um,
That's fair.
so yeah, so I think that's gonna have to be what I do to get through with this medication.
Do you know what that reminds me of? The
What's that?
episode of iCarly where Spencer couldn't remember to feed his fish. And so he built this whole Rube Goldberg machine that would feed the fish for him. And then as one of the trio points out, but don't you have to put that little ball back at the top to like
Yes.
don't you have to remember to put up the ball at the top to feed him every day? And Spencer just goes, I'm going to bed. And then Carly takes the fish and like gives it away to somebody. It's
Yeah.
like
If I
that, but if you don't remember to feed yourself, you die.
Yeah, that's so true. I've been really into Mass Effect lately, video game series, if you don't know, or if the listeners don't know. Um Phenomenal video game series. There's 3 games plus a spin-off Andromeda. Not spin-off, but like a little extra game that doesn't have to do with the main trilogy, if that makes
Bonus.
sense. It's like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, where it's like it's in the same universe, but it is not the same characters. And maybe there's some Easter eggs here and there, but it's not the same. Um, It's not like a continuation in a way, I
It's
guess.
the Fear the
Um,
Walking Dead.
Yes, exactly. So, but regardless, the trilogy is just chef's kiss. And like I actually came home from work the other day and I was just like exhausted. All I wanted to do, I was looking forward to it all day, was playing Mass Effect. So I came home, haven't eaten since 11 o'clock in the morning. And I came home, just put on the game and like just zoned out, playing the game. And then my mom was like, "Hey, did you eat dinner?" I'm like, "Huh? Did I?" So she made me
Oh,
some
I forgot
sloppy
to eat
joes.
dinner.
Nice going, bud.
I'm not gonna eat. It's fine. Um, my topic for this week
Mm-hmm.
is, who do you believe is the best older mentor from childhood cartoons?
Okay, the best older mentor from childhood cartoons.
I have some examples for you.
Okay, I would love to hear this.
Of course, Iroh
Oh yeah,
from
yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, Grandpa Max from Ben 10.
Mm.
There is the grandpa from Jake Long, American Dragon.
Oh man, I forgot that existed. Yeah.
Um, let's see if I have a few other
American
examples.
Dragon.
There's, I guess it's not really a cartoon, but the janitor Gordy from Ned's Declassified, like characters like that, that are like the older mentor figure in people's lives. Who do you think was the best from our
The
childhood?
best. You're putting me on the spot a little bit. However, I'm gonna go a bit basic because I absolutely adore everything about this man, Uncle Iroh. Like, he said it and instantly I'm like, yes, that's the one. Like, I don't have any, like, listen, the other ones are great. Other ones
Right.
changed my life in many ways, I'm sure. But Iroh, no, nothing beats Iroh.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, so the base of this question is, as you and the listeners know, I've been watching through Ben 10 again. I'm all the way up to Ultimate Alien.
Oh, you
And
lucky duck. I couldn't make it through like the first season of the original when I rewatched it.
tip for that is I skipped the original.
Oh, nice.
But thinking back on it, Grandpa Max was such a cool character, and he's not as president in the newer shows, but he's still there. And he's such like an influence in Ben's life. And like, so I was thinking like, wow, this is such a great mentor figure. Is there a better one? And my thoughts immediately went to Iroh. And so like my main thing was like trying to figure out if Iroh was better than Max or if Max was better than Iroh, and sort of like pitting them together or pitting them against each other. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to bring this up, I should open it up to other shows and things. But like, honestly, I want it to be a showdown between Max and Iroh. Who do you think is the better? And if I'm thinking about it, that basically it's Iroh,
Oh, yeah.
because if Ben and Zuko have a lot of the same tendencies of being like
Hot-headed.
hot-headed. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Ironically, because the first alien that Ben transforms into is Heat Blast.
Is Heat Blast. And Zuko's a firebender.
Firebender, yeah. Hot-headed, arrogant, brash, cocky and overconfident in times, and also at times immature in their station. Zuko being the prince trying to find the fire, or find the Avatar, and Ben being entrusted with such great power. Both of them have such a influential backstory, and makes them like qualified to raise these heroes up. But like, which one does a better job? Zuko. And I I think it's because I'm seeing like the character growth in Ben. Yeah, he does mature and like not be as cocky and everything. But we see more growth from Iroh's guidance and training than we see happen in Ben's life. And
Yeah.
that's what gave Iroh the edge to me.
Right. I mean, like, Yeah, absolutely. Like Zuko is, I mean, he's a teenager, and we don't see him outgrow teenager until obviously like the Korra series and stuff like that.
Right.
And Ben, I don't believe gets more than being a teenager as well. But like if you put them right next to each other, Zuko would be, and I mean, also you have to take into account like the time periods that they kind of take place in.
Right.
Like the Avatar would probably be more like the feudal-ish time periods in a way. Maybe a little bit, or
1800s.
yeah, like before. Yeah, sure. Um,
Mid 1800s, because Korra is supposed to take place in like early to 20th century. So
mm,
60 years before that, you get your mid 1800s.
yeah, yeah, and so, but like it's a different time period. There was a lot more like, I guess, etiquette and stuff like that. So in a way, I feel like that affects Zuko's growth as well, just because like that's just how he was raised and brought up. Whereas like nowadays, it's completely different. Like you can still have, etiquette and stuff like that, but it's a different type in a way. But yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Zuko has just like way more growth, and honestly, probably more growth than should be thrust upon a like 17-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, they do go through like fully different struggles and challenges, but
Mm,
like they both are dealt with like high responsibilities, high power, but also being immature in their ways.
yeah.
Um, he's like Zuko throws temper tantrums, and so like going back to it, Ben has one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy that can change your body, do all those things, of course, but it still feels like throughout everything we see with Ben, going from a 10-year-old to a 17-year-old before the reboot of the series happens, he doesn't go through as much character development as Zuko does in the span of a year,
Mm,
basically. I
yeah.
think even less time. And so, like, to me, that just shows how much better Iroh was.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Um, yeah, honestly, Iroh is the best. Nothing beats a good old cup of tea from Iroh. Um, so yeah, I think it's interesting to think about though, like just all of the like different. I mean, just all of the stuff we learned as kids. Like we obviously grew, and were impacted by these people as well. Even if we
Right.
didn't really see it at the time. Um, I think it's great. I think it's great for a kid show to have a message. And while some of the kid shows don't always have messages nowadays, um, me being a good old millennial who hates kid shows for some reason,
We're actually
um,
Gen Z, but whatever.
right? But I mean, it's more like a millennial trope for them to hate, like to be like, oh, things were different back in our day, blah blah
Back
blah
in
blah
my day, cartoons had a plot to them, and it wasn't
blah.
just flashing colors on a screen.
It wasn't just cute little chibi creatures on the screen.
We didn't have a talking blue female dog that taught us life lessons. We had Blue's Clues.
A,
Oh,
a,
wait.
a blue female dog that didn't talk,
Hold on.
that
No, she
taught us
didn't
life
talk. It's a totally
lessons.
new idea. Tell you what, it's different.
we
But
had
Bluey
we
is
had
one of the best shows ever made. You should watch it.
Bluey. Oh yeah, I've heard, in like going on the route of watching kid shows like Steven Universe and, well, Owl House, I think is one of what's that, Amphibia, I don't know, like kid shows, which I mean
Yeah.
they're animated shows and they're directed towards children, but like, oh, Gravity Falls, Oh, they have like
Oh
they
yeah,
have an
Grunkle
actual
Stan.
meeting. He's definitely not a good mentor at all. if that's what you were going for.
His brother then?
His brother was also kind of a jerk.
Yeah, most of the adults on that show are jerks, except for
Yeah.
Zeus. Zeus was cool.
Yeah, but I think he's like a teenager, wasn't he? I don't think he was an adult.
I think he was like our age.
Yeah, maybe. That's fair.
I don't
We're
know.
not adults. What are you talking about? I didn't just buy a house.
You didn't. You're an escrow.
Actually, it's the $1,000 payment has gone through, and now we're just working out the inspections and stuff for me to buy this house.
There you go. I feel like that's a good place to end on too, and that sort of celebration. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Garlic Boys. If you'd like to see more from us, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you'd like to help support us as well as get more from us, you can follow us on our Patreon. Subscriptions start at just $3 a month. That's less than most streaming services
Yes,
combined. And you can also watch video versions of all of our podcasts on youtube.com/@thegarlicboys. Am I forgetting anything, Matt?
If I'm 100% honest, I was not paying attention because I was trying to figure out my final thought.
Cool. Hey, a question for you. Any final thoughts?
At my age, there's only one big surprise left, and I'd just as soon leave it a mystery. You didn't let me get far enough. I was only on the third one.
Is that Walt Whitman?
Failure is only the opportunity to begin again. That's my final thought. Boom.
Who's that quote by?
Iro.
Oh,
Iro, baby.
there you go. Well, in other wise words of Iro, remember, as always, to
stay garlicky.
garlicky.
Look at this duck, man.
It's a cool duck,
It's
man.
a
Did you see my
big duck.
frog?
Do you see my tiny little horses?
Oh, sick.